Hello there everybody, it is Tegan here again today, and for this video I thought I could do something sort of fun and something that I haven't done yet on this channel. I've half done it and half not, and that is a book/movie review on The Fifth Wave. I've done book reviews and I've done TV show reviews, but I've never done like a book/movie review, so I thought that could be fun, especially because this book was amazing, and then I went and saw the movie and there were a few things that I wanted to discuss. So I loved this book. This book was amazing. It was everything I could have hoped for a dystopian alien type book. I mean, like, I don't know, I had heard so many good things about this book before I picked it up, and that's what made me pick it up in the first place, that and then I wanted to read it before I saw the movie. I don't know, it was something different, because a lot of dystopians just follow the corrupt society, and I love dystopians. It's one of my favorite genre of books, but it followed the corrupt industry and the corrupt government, but it also followed aliens, which was a nice add into it. So it's sort of like dystopian sci-fi, which was really cool. So basically what this book is about, if you didn't know what this book/movie is about, is it's about a girl named Cassie who lives in a world where aliens, or the others, have taken over. The others are what they call these aliens that live in their world, and these aliens have completely destroyed the earth. So I've just got what all the waves do on the back of the book, so I'm just going to read that out to you, because there were 5 different waves, and these 5 waves came in at different times, and each wave killed more and more people. And so I'll just read you what each of the wave did. The first wave took out 500,000 people. The second wave put that number to shame. The third wave lasted a little longer, 12 weeks, 4 billion dead. In the fourth wave, you can't trust that people are still people. And the fifth wave, no one knows, but it's coming. I don't know, I didn't really know much about this book before I picked it up. All I knew was that there were so many people that raved about it and absolutely loved it on BookTube. And so I was like, yeah, I might as well pick it up. And then I started reading it, and it honestly became, at the moment, like one of my favorite books of 2016, because wow, amazingness. Yeah, just really, really, really good. So it basically follows a girl named Cassie who lives in this corrupt society with these others who are destroying the world and killing everybody. And it's her dad, and her brother, and it's amazing, and the book's told through multiple people's perspectives, which I really, really enjoyed. I thought, because they're in different places at different times, so not everybody's in one place, and so you get to see the different types of society and the different types of people, and just everywhere around the world of where these people are, you get to see. And I thought that was really, really good how Rick Yancey did that. I just really like that. And this book is told sort of like a mystery, so you sort of have to put the pieces of the puzzle together. So like, you don't know who you're reading at first, it doesn't tell you, you sort of have to guess. You have to guess how they all connect together, and in the end, all the pieces, all the people, all the pieces just come together and meet together, and I loved that about this book. You don't get that in a lot of books anymore, and I really, really enjoyed that aspect. The movie, however, I enjoyed the movie as a watcher. I enjoyed the movie as a movie goer. I did not enjoy the movie as an adaptation. They didn't add in enough stuff from the book. They didn't add in all of the sarcasm and humor that Cassie has. They didn't add in the relationships correctly. They didn't add in these puzzle pieces coming together to create the book. And that's what I like about it. they turned it into an angsty teenager love triangle movie. And while there are people that will enjoy that, and I do enjoy that, it's just not what this book was. And that just annoyed me about it. But if it hadn't been a book first, if I hadn't have read the book, then yes, I would have enjoyed it more, just because I wouldn't have already had my mind set on what I was going to be seeing. But yeah, I thought that it was good from that aspect, from just the moviegoer aspect, but yeah, they just turned it into an angsty teenage movie, and that's not what it needed to be. So that's it for the non-spoilery section of this video. I'm now going to be going into more detail of the different points of the book and the movie that came together to create like what I didn't and what I did like. So if you haven't read the book or you haven't seen the movie, then leave now, go read it / watch it, and then come back and we can discuss all of these aspects together. But if you have read it, or you have seen the movie, or both, then you can stay and we can discuss, and we can just get upset about this movie adaptation together. So, bye non-spoilery people. I'll see you in one of my other videos. Bye! So the first thing that I wanted to go more into about this book to movie adaptation was the angsty bit. It made me upset because they added in a stupid love triangle, which was halfway there at the beginning in the book, but they made it so much bigger, and it didn't need it. Like, the medias and Hollywood and all these places are always trying to add in this love triangle that does not need to be there. The love triangle between Cassie, Ben, and Evan did not need to be there. Cassie did like Ben at the beginning of the book. Yes, okay? She liked Ben. All good. She liked him. But as time went on, she still liked him, but she developed more feelings for Evan, and that just needed to stay like that. And one thing that really annoyed me about the movie is how Ben knew who Cassie was, because that is such a big thing in the book, that Ben does not know who Cassie is. And so he's like, whenever he sees her, he's like, oh yeah, hey. And at the beginning of the movie, it starts off with a party scene, which was awful because Cassie is not the type of person who would have gone to a high school party and gotten drunk, which is what she did. That, yeah, no. But it starts off with that, and then she goes outside and she sees Ben, and Ben's like, oh, hey, Cassie. When did Ben know who Cassie was? The only scene in the book that they talk about Ben knowing who Cassie was the baby scene, which should have been added into the movie because it would have added a much more hilarious aspect to the movie. But Ben is not meant to know who Cassie is. And then the entire part about his sister forgetting the phone, like, oh, nice phone case. What? Ugh, it's just trying to turn it into a teenage movie, and I don't care if it's a young adult book. I don't care if it's geared towards teenagers. It doesn't need to be this angsty teenage movie. Another part where Ben knew who Cassie was at the end, when Cassie runs into Ben, and Ben's like, oh, hey, Cassie. And then they become just like besties again, and why? I don't understand. Cassie's and Evan's relationship is the next thing that I want to talk about. Okay? Cassie's and Evan's relationship. I loved it in the book because Evan had such a creeper thing on Cassie, and I loved the part about, oh, knock once if you're gonna come in, or knock twice if you're just gonna stand outside my door all creepy like in the book. I loved that bit, and I loved all of Evan's creeperish, stalkerish traits, and it added humor to the books, and it added all of this, and they did not add it into the they didn't have it in the movie, which needed to be there. And then there was the bit with, back to the teen angsty bit of the aspect of the movie. Why was Evan in the river with his shirt off? That was obviously, I mean, I am a teenage girl. I am 16 years old. I did not need Evan in the river with his shirt off. It did not add anything. It didn't do anything for the movie. It was just there to get teenage girls excited about a guy having his shirt off. Like, as you can tell, this movie upset me. I get it. I know I shouldn't, but I just get upset over book to movie adaptations because, like, even though they never are, I just always really want them to be close to my favorite books, and they never are, and it's just upsetting. Like, why can't they just make, like, a 10-hour adaptation for every movie that's made from a book? I bet you every single person that loved that book would go and watch it. I don't care about the people that haven't read the book. They can... I don't care. Make a 10-hour adaptation and give it to us. I think you guys would all agree with me that that is what we need in these situations. Another thing that I wanted to mention about Evan and Cassie's relationship is that there wasn't one. Like, there really wasn't a relationship. Cassie was in Evan's house for like a couple of days, maybe not even that. Well, obviously it would have been longer, but like they didn't show very much of it in the movie, which needed to be shown because that's where the relationship develops, and they just left out into the forest way too soon. And I feel like Cassie's leg wouldn't have even been able to be healed. Like wouldn't have even healed that fast. So I don't understand. And then they go into the forest, and Evan's shirt taking off thing happens, which did not need to be there. And then there's the part where Cassie finds out about Evan being one of the others, and he's fighting against some of the other people, and he jumps 80 feet into the air. What? No need to show off, Evan. Aha! I have 2 or 3 more things that I want to speak about, so I'm just gonna get through them. The next one is when Evan, Ben, and Cassie first meet all together in the actual Camp Haven, and they actually meet up for the first time, and then they're because Ben and Cassie have been running to go and find her brother, to go and find Sam, and then Evan shows up and they just start making out. Really? Are you really going to start making out when you're trying to find your brother? Which is more important here, making out or saving your 6-year-old brother? I think saving your 6-year-old brother is a little bit more important here. Wouldn't you say so? Wouldn't you say so? Yeah. One thing I did like about that scene, though, was Ben's reaction when they started making out. It was really funny because he was just staring. One of the last things that I wanted to talk about, not the last, but one of the last things that I wanted to talk about was the fact, like, when Ringer and Ben, or Zombie, were out on the field. In the books, the moment where they find out that the people that they've been living with are the others and they have been completely betrayed, the moment that they find that out is such a big breakthrough moment. Like, they have just found out something that, like, their lives are in danger. They've just found out that the people that they've been living with are actually their enemies. They are the others. And the way that they explain it in the movie is like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Let's start a revolution. Oh. But in the book, it's like a huge deal. Like, they have to, like, come up with, like, just Ringer's and Ben's conversation in that moment is just so intense, and you, like, you're just on the edge of your seat, and I could not take my eyes away from the book because I was so captivated by what was happening. And in the movie, it's just sort of like, they have betrayed us. They are bad people. They are the others. Oh, look, I take the thing out. Now I'm green. See what I'm talking about? Sam's role in the movie was not big enough. You saw him, like, not even 5 times. And he is such a big part of the book. Like, you go into his point of view so many times, and he's just such a big part of this book. And then, like, sure, the general plot line of the movie was Cassie trying to find her brother, but it just wasn't as emotional as it was in the book. You get what I mean? I don't know. One of the only bits that I did like about the movie was when Sam was being taken away by the others on the school bus. Although it wasn't the same as the book because of, like, the bear and how Cassie wasn't able to get onto the bus, but the part in the movie is just so heart-wrenching. Like, with Cassie running after the school bus, like, no, don't leave me behind. You cannot leave me behind. I need to be with my brother. It was so, heart-hitting. And then when her dad dies, I did like that part. Or I didn't like it because her dad's dead, but I liked it when she left because, like, she was gone and all the adults were called in, and then there's the riot starting happening, and she walks over because she hears it going on, and she sees her dad, and she's about to walk towards her dad, and her dad's just like, no, don't. And then she leaves and hides behind the truck, and then right before all the shooting starts happening, he mouths to her, run, and that's when she runs. And that was a pivotal part in the book and also in the movie. And yeah, I just there were a few points in the movie that I liked. There weren't very many, but there were a few that I liked. I'm gonna give them both a rating now. I'd probably give the book a 4.75 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was really, really good. And I'd probably give the movie I don't know, because if I wasn't judging it by not having much from the book, then it would probably get a higher rating, but I'm judging it from like my experience of having read the book first and like how it was like different and how it was turned into like a teen angsty movie and how it that should not have happened. So I am going to give the book 4.75 out of 5 stars and the movie 2.25 stars out of 5 stars. Yeah, that's a fairly low rating. I didn't like it very much. But yeah, it's like 1 a.m. here, so if I seem a bit like quiet or tired, then that's probably why. But I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments if you have seen the movie, what you thought about it, because I'd love to know if I'm not alone in not liking the adaptation. So just let me know down in the comments. Let me know what your rating is and all of that stuff. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I would really appreciate it. You can subscribe down below if you want to be told when I make a new video. I make bookish type videos and fandom-y videos, so if you want to see more stuff like that, then you can subscribe down below. All of my social media links are in the description down there as well. If you want to go give those a follow, you can. And yeah, that's about it for this video today. I'm Tegan, this is Bookwormia, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!